Okay, I think we good. Let me start this off right.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all already know what's good, y'all. What's great? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, and today I'm joined with a special guest host, co-host, my brother, one of my good friends, man, my boy Jokey from Jokey Entertainment. Thank you for tuning in with your brother, tapping in with your brother
What
tonight.
up, y'all? What up? What up?
Uh, uh, Real quick, bro. Let them know where you from and a little of your background. My brother has co-hosted the show with me, once before. Just let
Mhm.
the people know, let them know, man.
Well, twice now, but
Yeah, yes.
yeah, from Brooklyn, moved to Queens, was brought up in Queens, and did music with various different artists and stuff like that. But here chilling with my man Ashley right now.
Yeah, yeah. And you already know we're gonna give y'all a great, dope show. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you already know hit that all notification and check the membership portion of the page. We got links in the bio, links in the membership page of the exact page for this show and for the channel. So let's get it started, y'all. Y'all already know how we do this thing. We start off with our first segment of the night, popular opinions. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. Make sure you go to Instagram at OUV Records. The label model is create, document, and inspire. Stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. Y'all see it up there. Yeah, so make sure y'all tap in. Right before we get into the first quick announcement. We're almost at the 10,000 subscribes for this channel. So please continue to keep supporting, keep showing y'all love, keep showing up, keep watching them rewatches, them clips. We got over 230 videos of rewatches just from this show alone on this channel. So again, thank you for your support.
That's
Appreciate it.
big. That's big.
Yeah, man. It's nothing but love over here. So let's get this started. First question of the night. Remember, this is popular opinions. This is the world questions. So stick to the answers in the questions, y'all. All right. First question. If you owned any sports franchise, which one would you own on this list, y'all? If you owned any sports franchise, which one would you own on this list? Number one, New York Yankees. Number two, LA Lakers. Number three, Dallas Cowboys. Number four, Manchester United. Tell me what y'all think in the chat as well. Which one you going with, bro?
I would say the Yankees.
The Yankees? Why the
Yeah.
Yankees? You gotta explain why the
I'm
Yankees.
a New York fan, number one, and baseball. Like, I mean, soccer's soccer's big also, but baseball is very big. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So it's a no-brainer for me. It's close and it's lucrative.
Woo! That money unhit different. I tell you that much. That money unhit different. This one is a tough one. Because I'm a football guy. Because I'm a football guy first, I gotta go with the Dallas Cowboys. My team is the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all. Y'all know that I've been a Chiefs fan all my life since I was a youngin', but people only recognize it now because now we doing the damn thing. It's Title Town now, So, but if I had to own a franchise, the New York Yankees is probably the most prestigious. Easily, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm from Brooklyn. The New York Yankees is the most prestigious. They don't won a lot of titles.
Hmm.
This is probably the sexiest. It's because it's sexy to be a Laker. Just the brand of being a Laker.
Hmm.
The purple and gold. A lot of the Laker fan base look like me and you, which is a
Hmm.
beautiful thing. Um, and they just in tune with the sport. When you're a Laker, it's like a sexy thing. Like you're the point guard for the Lakers, you're the big man for the Lakers. But when you're the owner of the Lakers, you big Papa, you big Willie, you
Yeah.
have money on. So so and then Manchester United. I don't think a lot of people here know a lot about soccer like that, but they make a lot of money, bro.
Yes, they do.
So,
And it's
but
worldwide known. It's like
yes,
more, yeah.
yeah. So that merchandise is
Mm-hmm.
crazy merchandise. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys because I'm a football guy. It's Dallas, it's the colors of fire, and they don't have a problem having melanated folks in high rank positions in their organization. So a brother like myself would take Dallas to a whole nother level, in my opinion.
Oh,
So
so we forgot all those racist comments that my man made Jerry Jones.
what no, you're absolutely right, right? I'm excluding Jerry because if we
Okay.
say I'm in control, then whatever he did prior to is it's ash time now. You know what I'm saying? It's ash time.
Mhm.
But I will say about Jerry Jones, even though he didn't make some wild comments, he's had people who are of the culture in high ranking positions in his organizations. I wouldn't have to worry about him hiring somebody like if people do the history, you check out the Dallas Cowboys front office, they don't have a problem hiring us in the front office. But if I'm Big Papa, if I'm the big boss that's succeeding Jerry Jones, oh
Quick sidebar. Quick sidebar. Do you think Deion Sanders is going to be the coach there next year?
no, no,
Okay.
no. The reason being, I can say this real quick. Reason being because he said he don't want to coach the NFL because it's too hard to motivate millionaires to do what they know they're supposed to do. Okay, he said he would have took the team in halftime and would have came out with half the team because he done fought majority of the team at halftime because it's a different vibe when you're teaching kids and teaching like the young guys in college and you trying to get them to a certain level opposed to grown men who making millions and they're like I got chicks, I got a wife on the side, you know what I'm saying, I got houses and all this, that, and the third. I ain't trying to hear what you're saying, coach. So I don't think he's going to do that, me personally. And he's
Mm-hmm.
and what he's building at Colorado is just too crazy right now.
He
It's
got
too
that
crazy.
5-star recruit too. So that quarterback he just got.
That's what I'm saying. And
Oh,
mention real quick, y'all. My bad, but not to mention he's about to sign the right tackle who
mm-hmm.
committing from USC. He got like a right guard that's committed to Alabama, but they say he had a good time at Colorado a week ago. So not to mention the top middle linebacker, defensive end. Like he got stuff
Top
brewing.
quarterback replacing his son. He's there. Yeah.
And, and he got receivers already there that receivers
Mm-hmm.
that he got guys that already there. He has a squad. He has a squad.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see him leaving, me personally. Um Again, so y'all, my brother went with the Yankees. I went with the Dallas Cowboys. Uh, shout out to Live L Eddie. Shout out. She went with the Cowboys. No, my Cowboys are awful, and we won today though.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. They are awful. So L Eddie went with the Cowboys in the chat. The rest of the world at 37% went with the New York Yankees. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, bro? The rest of the world went with the New York Yankees.
I didn't hear the question. I was reading the comments. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
not
was.
so not so good, bro. I said, what do you think about the fact that the rest of the world went with the Yankees at 37%?
Oh, see,
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah,
even though they flopped in the World Series, but still, that's
yeah.
my team, man. You got to go with New York all day. Come on, you from New York? You got to go with New York all day, man.
But
Come on.
I will say this: when I was in high school, it was like annual that I cut class to go to the New York City Yankee Day Parade because they won 3 out of the 4 years I was in high school. So the Yankees be about their business of winning. So I always respected that. I respect the franchise that like to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't respect franchises that's just for the foolery and just like, yeah, no, we're gonna rebuild. Nah, I don't want to hear all that. Like, let's get
Mm-hmm. And
so
I love franchises that build their own.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not all free agents.
yeah. Building the draft, develop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Rowan Jack. We got one of our day ones in the building. He got his badge. Shout out to my brother Rowan Jack in the building. The
He actually got like Terry Crews.
it's a
Oh.
it's an all going show joke that he mentioned Terry Crews. I'm here, buddy. I have if Dave Smith spaces was going on both eyes. But yeah, buddy, appreciate you, Rowan Jack. Again, one of our day ones in the building, a badge holder. So you already know
Mhm,
and appreciate you. All
mhm.
right, moving on to our next popular opinion question. Most interesting, but most interesting but terrible movie on this list. Most interesting but terrible movie on this list. Number one, Super Mario Brothers. Number two, The Hills Have Eyes. Number three, Be Con Rewind. Number four, Sharkinator. Again, let us know what y'all think in the chat. Which one you going with, bro?
The only one I seen was The Hills Have Eyes. I haven't seen I haven't seen, that's how I don't know. I just wasn't. I'm not a big fan of D-rated movies like that. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Sharkinator is wild to me. Like how you have a tornado and a shark all mixed in one. Like that's very
Yeah. I
that's
wouldn't even watch it to be honest. But The Hills Have Eyes was all right. It was all right. I like that movie.
it's not funny,
Mm-hmm.
but their plight made sense, right? And the his
Mm-hmm.
eyes, these ghouls that was in the mines for years,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want no money, they didn't want no food. They didn't have a woman in a while, so they was in there killing the dudes to get
Yeah.
to the women, which makes sense. But that's
And
right.
and that wound up being a cult classic. Like I think they had a big following. They wound up having like 2 or 3 other movies after that because
Yeah, yeah, they did. They definitely did. The new one, Mario, was
I could imagine.
this. Oh, yeah. I seen all of these. Be Crime Rewind was with Most Def and Jack Black. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
where they would take um famous movies because they worked at a mom and pop uh video rental spot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They would take the video and dub it to their version of it. So say if it's Beauty and the Beast, they made their version of Beauty and the Beast with their own film crew, and it will be them Beauty and the Beast. So I mean, I think the Be Kind Rewind is all right. Sharkinator is just ridiculous. Superman
Mm-hmm.
Brothers was ass. It was entertaining, but it was ass. The Hill Have Eyes, I don't think was bad. The plight made all the sense in the world. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. It had about like 2, 3 movies. So
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say most interesting. I'll probably go with Be Kind Rewind. I'll go with Be Kind Rewind. You went with The Hills Have Eyes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hills Have Eyes. In the chat, I'm seeing Super Mario Brothers in the chat. All those movies are bad. uh, the rest of the world, the rest of the world at 41% went with Be Kind Rewind. What do you think about that?
And now I have to go watch it. I
Yeah,
haven't seen it. I have to go watch it.
yeah. It's very interesting. Very interesting. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion question. If you're starting a music label all time, which artists on this list are you going with? Number one. So they did it like a group at a time. Label number one, you have Chris Brown, SWV, and The Locks. Number two, you have Michael Jackson, TLC, Wu Tang. Number three, you have Prince, Escape, and NWA. Who you going with, bro? Let us
3.
stick in the chat. You said three?
Mm-hmm.
Three? Why three?
Because Prince gives you everything. Like I don't have to like most of them. They need songwriting. They need production and they need songwriting. And
Yeah.
except for probably the rap groups could write for themselves, but then still need production.
Yeah.
And the number 3, Prince kind of could do everything, so I don't have to worry about the songwriting. He could write for the other two, and he could produce as well. So I got everything covered.
That's very true. That's very true. Prince is a bad. I don't think people
Yeah,
realize how
yeah.
bad. Like Prince is well, God rest the dead. He was
Mm-hmm.
he was a musician. He can sing. He
Mm-hmm.
he gonna give you all the machismo, but also give you the the Prince for the lady. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. And he plays multiple instruments. I believe Michael probably could too because his brothers was a band. Like he was in a band, like
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just think Prince songwriting would come through. Like he's so good with the songwriting part of it.
Yeah.
He wrote so many hits that I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to pay an outside cost. He'd be signing me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. They funny in the chat. Which Prince? So you trying to say Prince or the symbol known as? That's for me. I want to go with number two. I really want to go with number two, but I'm going to go with number one. The reason why I'm going with number one is because I think Chris Brown is the most. I don't want to say underrated, but I think his skill set is very underrated to what he can actually do. Chris Brown is a very talented guy. Now, the way he sings and the way he dances, it's comparable to MJ. It's not like
Okay, right. Say,
it's
yeah,
not like he don't have a seat at the table. You know what I mean?
right, right.
MJ vocals though, it just and then Prince vocals, but I really like Chris Brown's vocals. I think he could really sing, but the way he commands the stage, the appeal, his appeal is I don't
Yeah,
want to.
he's today's bar. He's today's bar.
He's
But
today. He's today.
but he's B rated. He's a B rated Michael Jackson though. He kind of got his style. Like he's
But
suspended. Like
but
that's like comparing somebody to Michael. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan. That's like trying to compare.
I
Uh,
I can see what you're saying, but to Chris Brown's credit, his song ability is very excellent, but he hasn't worked with the Quincy Jones and the people that Mike is able to work with. He worked with Motown. That was his foundation. That's completely different. For those of y'all probably don't know, the writers was different, the dancers was
yeah, yeah.
it was
Mm-hmm.
um MJ, but it like I there's nothing I don't think MJ can do that Chris Brown can't, but I prefer MJ overall. Let's get that straight and clear. MJ dude, right? But I prefer Chris Brown in this regard only because of being able what he's able to do without
Mm-hmm.
the foundation that Michael Jackson has had.
Mm-hmm.
His talent is very underrated, in my opinion. But
Yo, Ronan is hilarious. He said number 4, Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber. That's the biggest liability of all time. Yo.
I know why he said that too. If we talking about the baby oil squad, no, we not. Don't come.
I wouldn't pick them just because they're a big liability now. They're just a big liability at this point. But
Yeah, Yeah. But
That's funny though.
I will say this, but not just Chris Brown, but I get SWV. I
Yeah.
get SWV. They need production and they need writers.
Right, that's what I'm saying though. You
But
still gotta.
when it comes together though,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes together though, that's just for me when it comes
So
together.
you're gonna be spending a lot of money when you get your label, huh?
What, what I, but but when it comes together, it's gonna be worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Locks.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite rap groups of all time.
I, I, I,
But are the Locks bigger than NWA though?
no,
That's what I'm trying to say. Like that last one that's kind of stacked to me because I don't have to worry about nothing.
they may not be bigger
Yeah, they was bigger.
or have the bigger impact if that's what.
Yeah.
But when it
Yeah.
comes to skill, song making ability,
Um,
that's higher, bro. To me, that's higher.
no. Even if you compare where the members went, no one from Locks went as high as Easy or Ice Cube or Dr. Dre.
True, true,
Those are gatekeepers at this point. You know what I'm saying?
true.
Locks.
But that's
Don't
like,
get me wrong. I respect Locks. I mean, underground wise, Locks is the best group that ever did it. But I'm talking about like mainstream
but
and
but
and and and
but that's
and,
like,
and with the contribution to hip hop.
hmm
There's no debate. There's no debate.
but that's like saying that's like adding the Locks, Diddy, and Mace, and then you say NWA, right? But
Hmm.
talking about rap and skill set, the Locks got them. That's to me, that's not even a conversation. But when we talk about impact, now you add impact.
I disagree. I think Ice Cube's one of the greatest of all time. Jadakiss is also, but I think Ice Cube's one of the greatest like of all time. Like you top in Mount Rushmore type. Like
I respect Ice Cube pen game. I respect Ice Cube music. I remember what Ice Cube felt like
hmm
when I was like a little boy. Like, and I say that with all due respect. You see what I'm saying?
hmm
He was
hmm
one of the guys that people look forward to hearing their album, right? So I'm not
hmm
his pen, right? But
hmm
you, Dre is not a rapper, but he can rap. He can rap.
Yeah, 2 albums.
He can rap, but
Yeah, yeah.
he's not in the class of the Locks.
Why you say that?
Lyrically,
Dre and Snoop about to come out with an album. That's probably gonna be the most anticipated album coming out in a while.
I agree. I agree. I'm not disrespecting their pen game, but when we talk
If
about you talk about Jada and you talk about Styles,
they don't get me wrong, they're dope, but it's a different caliber. It's like certain rap I'm gonna listen to in my basement while I'm smoking a blunt, right?
hmm
And there's certain rap that you're gonna hear in the clubs. There's certain rap you're gonna hear in the mainstream. There's certain rap you're gonna hear on the radio. It's two different styles. Like it's two different caliber. I think there's two different levels. I don't think the Locks is on their level at all to me.
really, wow, okay, okay.
Nah, I'm serious.
I,
Like they're like I'm not disrespecting them because I love their music. I have all their albums,
yeah,
but they have a certain style of music. It's not
yeah,
it's not really mainstream. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I get your point all the way through, but that's the crew. That's my label that I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna go with Chris Brown, SWV, and the Locks. And then when they collab to me, it'll just be crazy. But that third one is tough. That third one is tough.
Mhm.
But the rest of the world at 39%, y'all. Again, I went with label one, Chris Brown, SWV, and the Locks. My brother went with Prince, Escape, and NWA. The third label at 39%. The rest of the world went label two with Michael Jackson,
Mhm.
TLC, and Wu Tang. I'm not surprised about that. What do you
I'm
think?
not surprised either. Michael Jackson's the biggest name, period. Out of all, he
Yeah,
has the biggest name.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
when you get MJ and Wu Tang, you
Hmm.
covered a lot. You know,
Yes, you did.
because when you get Wu-Tang, you get a producer and you get a whole
Mm-hmm.
bunch of rappers that can.
Mm-hmm.
You get the versatility of Method Man, of uh, Ghostface. Versatility is very underrated, but he's also lyrical. Then my favorite rapper out of
I take Wu-Tang over the Locks.
but I mean, but Wu Tang is kind of, I don't want to say cheating, but they got a
Yeah.
producer and they got, you know what I'm saying, and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
they got other styles. Inspector Deck is very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Rick.
Raekwon, Ghostface, Old Dirty Bastard. I mean, that they were stacked. Yeah.
It was stacked, but
Mm-hmm.
see, the way how I look at it overall, because you notice every team had like, so you notice like every team had a pop type of guy or R&B pop kind of guy. Everybody had a rap group and everybody had a female group. So
Mm-hmm.
out of everybody, I prefer MJ as a pop guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I love SWV out of all the females on this list.
Mm-hmm. Me
So
too.
and
Mm-hmm.
uh and Escape. And then out of all the rap groups, I prefer the Locks, then Wu Tang, then Escape.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only place we differ. We
Okay.
differ.
Okay.
That's the
But
only way.
that's what I was faced with. So I get two
Mm-hmm.
out of three that I wanted. So that's how I looked at it. But in my second place, it is Prince.
Mm-hmm.
So but Prince, even though I would work with him after Mike, that's
Mm-hmm.
it's not no slide to Prince. Prince is Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right, right, right.
I'm Prince, we gonna get some hot music. So
Yeah.
this is splitting hairs. This is all comes down to preference, y'all. So don't eat my food in the chat. All right, moving on to our next segment. Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We came up with this segment because there's a lot of trash ass movies in Hollywood that they giving us movies we didn't ask for. We got
Mm-hmm.
an idea. So Hollywood Need to Ask Us for this episode. I want to see a movie on the creation of Netflix. People don't realize when Netflix came around, before there was streaming,
Mm-hmm.
people used to actually go to a place and rent DVDs and
Mm-hmm.
VHS. This place was called Blockbuster, and before
Mm-hmm.
Blockbuster, it was your local mom and pop stores. You go
Mm-hmm.
rent your videos for $2. DVDs came out, rent it for $3. Video games, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
When Netflix came around, it was like a new thing where when Blockbuster was closed, you could go to like a local pharmacy and they had like a Netflix thing. It was like, what the hell is this? And you could actually get the movie out of the bin for free. And then once you watched it, you had to pay for it. And then once you watched it, you had to, put it back in the bin, or they would charge you later on or whatever. So it was a dope way they started it. But then when it went streaming, it took it to a whole nother level because now it was a place that you could actually stream movies. And this is a time when people were still big on their DVD game. Like people used to take pride in their DVD game. Um,
Right.
and then what made it cool is that most people were sharing their Netflix account and getting free movies and act.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see the creation on somebody saying, you know what, instead of going to the movies or going to the rental or Blockbuster or whatever. Yo, let's stream this shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see who is the owner. I still don't know who the owners are on Netflix. You
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I would love to see who was involved, how many people, who was the brainchild, the process of it
Mm-hmm.
all. So that's what I would want to see. The making or the creation of Netflix. What do you think about that?
I feel the same way. I'm a Fire Stick guy, so I kind of stream the movies. Amazon got the answer, but they don't. I'd rather stream first and then support the movie because movies are so terrible now. I'd rather stream it first anyway, and then yeah, like Ronan said, Redbox, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Redbox.
what
Yeah, yeah.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, I wish, because I remember during COVID that when a new movie came out, we could stream it at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
they had selected days if you wanted to go to the movie theaters and see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of still for that. Like, yo, put the new movie up on Amazon or up on Uber and let me stream that thing and watch it from the comforts of my own house. But the reason why they went back to the old structure because it's too many hands in the pot on people that own movie theaters because
Right.
more people are not going to go to the movie theater. So that's going to be a dying thing if we just went to the streaming brand new movies. So, but I would love to see the Brainchild because at that time that was like foreign at that time. So
Yeah.
I would love to see a movie based on the creation of Netflix. All right, y'all. Don't forget to tap into the membership portion of the page. We got different access, and you also get your badge. Get your badges.
Mm.
All right, moving on to our next segment, our must see, must hear, must watch, or classic TV show. All right, so my movies for tonight, y'all must see these movies, man. These movies are fire. So my first movies, uh, Rowan Jack, prepare yourself for this one. And I say him in particular because we, we talk about movies all the time. And one of the
Mm.
movies I referenced, he said the very next time he came on on the show, he was like, it scarred him for life, right? So, so here's the part two version of this, y'all. 8 millimeter part two. Came out of 2005. This movie is directed by J.S. Cardone. It stars Laurie Herron, Jonathan Seach, Bruce Dickinson, Zeta Gorin, and Robert Kovenal. Kovenal. Uh, Dope fire movie. It's about a movie where this young lady she goes to another country. She's turning up. And next morning she wakes up. Y'all have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it for y'all, so make sure y'all tap into 8 millimeter part two. Second must see movie came out in 1996, directed by Ben Stiller. It stars Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller, Matthew Broderick, Leslie Mann, Owen Wilson, Eric Roberts, and Jack Black. This movie is called The Cable Guy. This
That's my movie.
this movie is crazy,
That movie is hilarious.
and it still holds up still to this day. It's
Mm.
hilarious, y'all. This movie is about a man that needs help with his cable. Cable
Mm-hmm.
comes, they get friendly, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it for y'all, so make sure you tap into The Cable Guy. Next movie came out in 2007, directed by Joel Schumacher. It stars Jim Carrey again, Virginia Madsen, Logan Loman, Danny Hudson, Rena Miltar. This movie is called The Number 23. This movie is
Mm-hmm.
it was so fire, y'all. It's
It
so
was
fire.
good.
I'm gonna ruin it just by giving y'all a touch of this, but it's more like a what they call that psychological thriller type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Fire movie. Just check it out. Again, my must see movies are The Number 23, The Cable Guy, and 8 millimeter part two. So make sure y'all tap into those movies, fire movies, y'all. All right, moving on to our next segment. Well, I'm sorry, our must hear. So again, y'all love it when I do a theme for the must hears. Uh, these are fire collabos. This is direction for this for these must hears. Fire collabos. Make sure y'all get these three songs and add them onto your playlist. All right, number one, "Ooey Baby" by Immature featuring Daz the Dillinger. Number 2, Gangsta Girl, R. Kelly featuring the Big Timers. Number 3, this time around, Michael Jackson featuring the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls. So make sure y'all tap into those songs, add them to your playlist. Again, this time around, Michael Jackson featuring the Notorious aka Biggie Smalls. Number 2, Gangsta Girl, R. Kelly featuring the Big Timers. Number 3, Ooh Wee Baby, Immature featuring Daz the Dillinger. So make sure y'all tap into those songs. Put those on your playlist. Must see or classic TV show for this episode. Y'all must see. It's not a classic yet. It's only been on for 2 seasons. It came out in 2022. 2 seasons of fire though. The show is called Tulsa King. Make sure y'all tap into Tulsa King. This stars Sylvester Stallone, Andrea Savage, Dana Delaney, Tatiana L. Sarandino, and Jay with fire show, y'all. It's about a man that been in prison for years, a mobster that been in prison for years, just beat parole. The mob sends him to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and y'all
That's,
to watch the rest of the show. So make sure y'all tap into the Tulsa King. Have you ever seen the Tulsa King?
I saw some. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
It's
for,
good. It's good. It's good. It's not. Yeah, it's good.
for me it was fire. I saw one episode and then like 2 days later I watched the whole season. It was that
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's a fire show. All right, moving on to our next segment. Cologne of the week, y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all colognes, you know what I'm saying? Especially for y'all fellas. Feel good, smell good, feel good, and get where you need to be. Get that Hugo Boss, the Boss bottle. Smells real good, smells real manly, machismo when you walk into the room. The ladies, you have to beat them off. You have to beat them off you. So make sure y'all go get that Hugo Boss, the Boss bottle. All right, moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is, y'all. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movies, shows, documentary, all for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, Button Snaps. First hot topic of the night, y'all. Grace Jabari drops lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Majors. What do you think about that, bro?
That's a circus. That's a circus. I mean,
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. This whole thing, I really feel bad for Jonathan Majors, but I honestly believe that all this was calculated because
mm,
the energy and the path that he was on, he was becoming the new Denzel, the new guy in as far as
yeah,
acting.
right.
They really try to make him to appeal to the women by him doing like a spread where he had all his had his shirt off and all this, that, and the third, and it's like, all right, so that's supposed to appeal to the women, and his acting is supposed to appeal to everyone else. You know what I mean? He's very skillful as an actor, uh,
Mm-hmm.
doing different roles, the roles that he picked. So he was on the trajectory of just when he got the King the Conqueror role,
Mm-hmm.
in the Wasp and Ant Man and the
Mm-hmm.
Wasp, and he killed that role. Like and then he got Creed 3. It was
Right,
like,
quickly, right?
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and not to mention he has done solid work or great work on other projects that didn't quite blow up the way it should have. Like Lovecraft Country was a great show. I felt like this was kind of calculated, and this derailed his career from that plateau. He could still be a great actor, but I don't think he's going to be in the homes.
I think he's finished and he's ruined. But I'm gonna say this. Let this be a lesson that it's so hard to climb to the top, but you can make one stupid mistake and ruin your whole. And that's with anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to ruin your life. It's hard to be successful, but it's
Yeah.
easy to ruin your life. You have to think at all times. You got to have your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? At all, especially when you have influence.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's watching. Everybody got a magnifying glass on you. Every little thing you do is watched by everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I mean, I've never seen someone get in trouble from running away.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Rona said that there's no repercussions for her. She's not famous. He is.
right.
You
Yes.
understand that? That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. When you're the famous one, you're the one with the magnifying glass, not her.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. They're gonna have their phone out for you.
Yeah. Yeah. They always gonna say whoever the famous person is,
Mm-hmm.
their girlfriend or their person. It's not
Mm-hmm.
them. You know what I mean? So but I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody on camera literally try to do the right thing and still get in trouble.
Well, it
Like,
appears like that. It appears like he tried to do it right. We don't really know. Like domestic violence never ends well with nobody. You know what I'm
that,
saying? Even in the street.
mm-hmm.
You know.
that
So.
even the way domestic violence can happen. So I was just thinking about this the other day. If you're walking down the street and you see a guy going upside a woman's head, you're gonna be like, damn, like, yo, what's up with bro? Like, nah, man. If you'd have came a minute earlier and you would have saw, let's say she spit in his face, it still wouldn't make it like damn, like all right, cool, whoop her ass, but you'd be like, damn, I could understand why he spazzed out because he got
Mm-hmm.
trickled down his face. Most
Mm-hmm.
people would react in that regard. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very tricky because we always see, like in sports, the second guy make the hit. You know what I mean? Like you watching a football game, somebody get
Mm-hmm.
shoved, and then when the second guy shove, the referees catch you, bro. So it's
Mm-hmm.
tricky, and it appears that he tried to do the right thing, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, him being in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
it derailed his career. I still think he could
Mm-hmm.
be an excellent actor. I don't think he's going to be of the height that he was projected to.
Blackball. I mean, where else have you seen him since that happened?
True,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a wrap. But I feel like this, and this is a lesson too. Like, especially us, we
yeah,
can't make no mistakes, man. You
yeah,
like you get one, you know,
hmm but
I think some people take that for granted. Like, you really can't make no mistake. Even people like us,
hmm
we don't get locked up. We don't get. It's because we can't make no mistakes. It take you
yeah,
1 second to make that bad decision that'll
yeah,
have us like this.
yeah,
That'll
yeah,
have us dead.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's being a black man in America, period. You cannot make no mistakes. You have to have your head on the swivel at all times. You cannot lose it. You cannot lose it. Bottom line. That's
and,
the lesson you got to learn from this.
but that's it. That's a fact. But the reason why I keep saying that he's going to get an opportunity to again be a great actor, but just not on the same projection. Like he just signed like a 4 picture deal with the
Mm-hmm.
DC. So DC picked him up. So now he's not a Marvel actor. He's a DC actor. So he's going to get a chance to be a great actor. And if he knocked those out of the park, his career would never be on the same trajectory, but
Mm-hmm.
his craft will always be respected.
Well, I
So
wish him well. I hope that happens. You know what I'm saying? I believe we all have entitled to a second chance. I don't believe that you should be doomed by a mistake. We all make mistakes, and you know,
yeah,
I I wish him well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but that's again, that's what I think, and that's what you think. So and that's all. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we both wish him well. But like you said,
Mm-hmm.
actions carry a consequence that he
Mm-hmm.
is not the same. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Ronan said double jeopardy though. If I'm going down, I'm doing the crime. But if he thought like that, he wouldn't be out right now. He'd be in prison. Remember, he was fighting for his freedom.
Yeah, he was.
So if he would have,
Yeah,
if he would have said later for that and then went all out, slapped her, and be like, you know what, he
rap.
would be in jail right now.
Yeah, it would be a rap. It
He'd
was.
be in jail right now. So thank God he didn't do that. I don't agree with that one, Ronan. Thank God he didn't do that, because if he'd have did that, he'd be in prison. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. That's. Whew,
Yeah.
it would be a wrap. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. A furious baby mother she cursed out a judge on a Zoom call, uh, debating her case with her baby father. She cursed out the judge and then hung up on the judge. The judge then tells his court staff, call her ass back,
Mm-hmm.
put her back on live stream, and was like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, you're in contempt of court.
Mm-hmm.
Get 3 days in jail. She proceeded
Mm-hmm.
to say, F you, judge, being unfair, and hangs up
Mm-hmm.
again. So a bench warrant is out for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Warren.
And it's like
Hey.
her being in her feelings is you're not going to escape these consequences. What do you think about this situation?
The Zoom calls, period. You being in a courtroom is intimidating. Being in your house is not. Like you start getting a false sense of security being in your home. Like if she was in court, she would. Well, you never know. Some people crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen if she was in that courtroom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Being in a courtroom,
Mm-hmm.
a judge has a way of making
Mm-hmm.
you very humble.
There's offices all over the place.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
it's a place that's built to make someone very humble.
Mm-hmm.
How gangster, how
Mm-hmm.
how tough
Mm-hmm.
you may be, when you get in that courtroom, it's you're going to be humble. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
so the fact that she was comfortable doing that because she was at home, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's just my upbringing, and my upbringing wasn't the most like by the book, but maybe because people in my family was, law officers or worked for
Mm-hmm.
court or went to the military service. There's a certain way you have to move in them type of situations, and it's not beneficial. So no matter if I'm caught up in my feelings, I can't let that be the guide to my
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how do you wind up in jail and you wasn't supposed to go? Like I said, you can make one mistake and ruin your.
yeah.
You let your feelings get in control instead of your common sense. Like you made a situation that didn't require incarceration and wound up incarcerated. That does not make any sense.
Because the whole case, and shout out to my bro Biggs in the building. Appreciate
What's
you.
up, Big?
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Well, he already subscribed, but hit that like button. Um, but they was on a Zoom call for like child support and things
Mm-hmm.
for him, for the
Mm-hmm.
for the baby father. The baby father is already up there. He's humble off the back because he
Mm-hmm.
child support, this, that, and the third. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, I can pay this. Obviously, I can't pay that. I will
Right.
uh, uh, and get involved in the program that y'all have, so that way I can pay what I can pay in
Right.
my child support and whatever it take for me to provide for my kids. She gets upset that the judge even allow it, and it's
Right.
you can't.
Oh, but she's not going to jail for that one. She not going to judge. That's civil. That's family court. That's a magistrate too. I don't even think you see a judge. What state was that? I don't even think you see a judge at first. You see a magistrate. So do
Well,
they have the authority to send you to prison? To
well,
jail, I mean?
they didn't specify the state. I know for a fact in New York City, you're going to see a magistrate.
Right. So do they have the authority to put you in jail? What they usually do is throw your case out, or make you come in instead of going on a Zoom call, which is inconveniencing you. But I don't think they could throw you in jail for that.
But I think they would. I think it was a judge because
Oh.
um the father himself, he was currently in jail.
Oh, okay.
So they was setting it up so when he comes home that this will be going on or whatever. Because I think he
Right, right.
a short term.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was going to say a magistrate did that, but now that makes sense. He was already in jail for not paying child support.
Right. So
Okay.
they didn't specify what he was in jail for, but he was just in jail. So they was trying to figure it out before he came home while they got him. So now
Right.
I want to just make the story as clear as possible. So, but the fact that he was a judge or whatever, and he issued that bench warrant immediately. When a
Mm-hmm.
judge, they're not gonna threaten you with a bench warrant, knowing that they can't do a bench warrant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
a bench warrant just means you got to come to court now. Like, she might not have maybe got arrested, but now you played yourself because a Zoom court is a courtesy. Because even if you go to family court, right, and a Zoom call is for those. Like, say I may live in New York and my baby's mother may live in Maryland or something like that.
yeah,
I could file on the phone and get a Zoom so it could convenience both of us. So I don't have to make my way over there or whatever. So now you done messed that up. Arguing with that's a courtesy.
yeah, yeah.
That's a courtesy. That's what I think they did. Like, that's different to me. I feel like, yeah, now, but it's still bad because now nobody want to sit up there and wait in court, or that's the family court's one of the worst experiences for anyone.
For anyone, for anyone. I know. I went through that for a long time.
Yeah, I went through it too. Mm-hmm.
So, so yeah, so that's what happened with her. So they issue a bench warrant. She's gonna get 3 days in jail.
Oh,
So
she did get jail time.
yeah, yeah, cause
I
the
want to know what state that is. That's crazy
the,
because
the
that
judge called her
that's
back.
crazy.
The judge called her back to tell her
Mm-hmm.
you got 3 days in jail because he held her in contempt. So she then to curse him out again and hang up the phone. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the bench warrant.
I don't know if he could do that. That's probably why it made the news. That's going to go under review. How you going to throw somebody in jail? They were in family court. Nobody committed a crime.
Well,
What?
she cursed him out or whatever,
Okay.
and so because of that, that's why he held her in contempt.
Yeah, but there's other ways to punish her. Like you get nothing. How about that? I'm not giving you nothing. Like dismiss, right? Yeah, there's other ways to punish her besides throw her in jail. What did she do? Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
me, now listening again, that's he totally he overrode his authority. Because what did she really do to go to jail? Talk back to you?
and she was talking crazy though. She was talking crazy.
It doesn't matter. We not here for a crime. We here because I need money and you not letting them pay. You letting them get away with not paying. You understand what I'm saying? She's giving her frustration.
Yeah,
But we in a family court. We're not in a criminal court. You understand what I'm trying to
yeah,
say? So now if I and that happened to me. The person that took me to court pissed off the judge and the judge threw it out. That's how you punish the person.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not throw her in jail.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah.
Trust me, she gonna cry when she don't get that money. Trust me, you ain't gotta throw her in jail.
And next time, but see, we got to remember New York City Family Court and other
Mm-hmm.
places operate completely different. When you go down to New York City Family,
Mm-hmm.
it's an
Mm-hmm.
all day process. You could go
Mm-hmm.
9 in the morning and you just wanna file simple paperwork
Mm-hmm.
or get a date
Mm-hmm.
papers until like 3 o'clock because
Mm-hmm.
they go on lunch either at 12 or 1 o'clock, and if your case don't get called before then, trust and believe you're coming back after lunch to get them.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
a process. So to do that all over again and then to have to get somebody to serve, it's like you're gonna come in there very humble. Like so, it operates a little different. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. What do you think the New York Jets is going to do with Aaron Rodgers at the end of the season? Because it's bad.
What did you think I'm gonna do? I
No.
I mean, he's an old man. Well, you gotta let him go.
Mhm.
You gotta rebuild at this point. I don't understand why they got him in the first place. Whenever you pick up a new team, you have to expect them. it takes a team 2 to 3 years to get the chemistry and gel. You picked up an old man for what? You might as well. You got a nice young defense, a nice young core. You might as well got a nice young quarterback and built the team up.
Yeah.
You thought bringing him was going to win now, and it didn't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah. I mean, and I will say this: they really try to go all out by bringing in Devontae Adams. That Devontae Adams is an All-Pro receiver. They have history going back to Green Bay, but those years, like you said, it's now they're older,
mm-hmm.
and they guys that led a team. They not in leading team mode anymore. They have to have guys who are leading them. Even though Aaron Rodgers is capable of throwing a pass, but they would have been better off, in my opinion, because I said this when they signed Aaron Rodgers, to draft a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Because he
So,
wasn't great when he left. He wasn't great when he left Green Bay to come there. He was declining then.
mm-hmm. I mean, but also at the same time, not just the decline, but the injuries started to mount,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another effect. It's not like Aaron Rodgers went to a team or organization that have a history of winning. Like, dare I say, the Broncos when they brought in Peyton, Manning, they have the
Mm-hmm.
structure to win. So when you bring in Peyton
Mm-hmm.
Manning, like, yo, we got Peyton Manning, baby.
Right.
Let's get this rocket. But it felt like Brett Favre Part Two, because when
Mm-hmm.
Favre went from the
It was
Pack
exactly like Brett Favre Part 2. It
to
was.
the thing,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that the Jets should release Aaron Rodgers at the end of the year. This not going anywhere. He got injured last year. They brought in Devontae Adams trying to re,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a good back. They got other receivers.
Mm-hmm.
They got a solid guys on the
They
outside.
put their running back on ice because of this guy. And their running back is a good running back.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
also feel like he tore his Achilles, so he has no mobility. So I mean, you have an old man with no mobility. He can't even get out the pocket.
yeah,
He can't even jog out the pocket. Like,
yeah.
man, come on.
That's a fact. So I would do. I think they should release him.
Yeah.
Let let him figure it out. But the Jets has traditionally been a terrible organization. Just
Yeah.
like they fired their coach, what, 5 or 6 games within the season. He was supposed to be the guy to turn your franchise around. He did help build that defense. The defense can be better, but that's that's made for a core for a younger quarterback to build with those guys on the offense and
But
let
the
them.
bigger problem be the coach don't pick the team. The GM picking one way and the coach coaching another way. Like somebody like Bill Parcells, who has the power to pick his own team and coach his own team, is that you have more now to ask somebody to coach a bunch of players with, and you trying to, like me, I have a system. You just give me a bunch of players, they don't even fit in the system. I have to make this work. You understand? So you fired the coach for what? Like that's why the GM wound up getting fired, because that you blame the coach, right? This
Mm-hmm,
ain't the coach, it's you. You picked a bunch of players that can't fit in any system. The chemistry is off.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So
That's why they got that like you said, they went and got Adams in the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
yeah,
on.
yeah. So I mean, at this point right now, GM gone, head coach gone, Roger
Mm-hmm.
piece, because normally that's how the holy trinity is on an NFL franchise: G,
Mm-hmm.
head coach, quarterback. And now that both of those other guys are gone, it's time for Aaron Rodgers, a short stint with the Jets. But
Mm-hmm.
so weird. Like, they was trying to give props to the previous Jets quarterbacks before Aaron Rodgers, and they was asked too. One of the guys was able to continue to get better. He's on the Vikings right now. I can't think of his name at the moment. His name escaped me at the moment, but he's been solid this year. He's been
Right.
solid, but he's not a Jets quarterback. And what I mean by that is this: I'm a big proponent of picking players who personalities align with the city.
But I disagree. They had that guy. What's the guy that went from the Ravens to the Jets, and now he plays backup on the Colts? I forgot his name. The Super Bowl quarterback for the Ravens. He played for the
Oh, Joe
Jets. Yeah, Flacco's a good quarterback. You just have to give them time to have chemistry. Like you can't just see some teams want you to win right now. You're not gonna win right now. It'll take you 2-3 years. Like Geno Smith, you never really gave him a chance. You let him play a little bit. He never really got the chemistry to gel. Now look at Geno Smith on the Seahawks. You understand what I'm trying to say? They had quarterbacks. They don't know how to develop their own quarterbacks.
The reason why I disagree, even though Geno is doing well now, Geno's his personality, it fits the market of a Seattle. It doesn't fit the market of New York City. Where did he play college football? Where did he play college football? West Virginia. West Virginia is a good school, but they're not the biggest school. If West Virginia don't have a good season, people are not going to care. When they have a good season, like, yo, West Virginia had a good season. It's not a place where they're going to really critique and pry, right? The other kid is from USC. I can't think of his name at the moment. I don't want to say the wrong name. The other kid was from USC. He needed more time to grow, but he wasn't that guy. He was too young. He came out of college too early. He only started for a solid hot year. Then the other kid from BYU. It's BYU. It's not BYU is not a hotbed for college football. Solid teams, but a lot of those guys are 5-6 year players because what people don't know, BYU, they specialize in having their students going on missions. So they go on a mission for a year or two, and then they come back to school to play football. BYU, their system, even though it's a pro style system, his personality was not aligned for New York City. That's why you don't see him anywhere.
I agree with everything you're saying. I agree with everything, but I feel like they don't have a development. They don't have a good development at quarterback as far as coaching, and it shows. It shows.
I agree.
And the NFL is leaning towards mobile quarterbacks. If you see most of the young players in the NFL, I agree with everything you were saying. But the Jets have a fundamental problem with their farm system. And the Giants is doing the same thing. You commit to one thing and not the other. You made a great defense, and your offense sucks.
Yeah,
Giants did the same thing.
Yeah. I like even with the Giants, right? The Giants was better off keeping their best athlete best asset with Saquon, still bringing in neighbors and bringing in a guy like Joe Flacco for a year because he had a decent year with the Browns last year.
Yeah.
Even this year, but up until that point, we've seen Joe Flacco being capable, so you quarterback that you want. But now no Saquon, no Daniel Jones. So you keep losing assets. I agree with the fact that they're what's the word I'm looking for? They're based on evaluating quarterbacks and developing quarterbacks is completely terrible. It's been like that for over decades now. I mean,
it's the only good thing, they get the first round draft pick though.
This year?
Yeah, they get the first pick. So hopefully they get somebody, a good quarterback.
Well, that's if they keep losing, because as of right now, I believe it's Carolina and the Raiders.
The Carolina playing well, even though they lost. They played well.
Well, they lost today, but
they played well. You saw that game? That was that was a good game.
Yeah, I mean, my Chiefs ain't gonna lose to the Panthers. I mean, that's you're not with that now.
No, Giants look bad, man, and they don't have no line. They line is. Ugh.
Yeah, they do. They do. I agree, man. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm getting rid of Aaron Rodgers, but
Me too.
Back to the fundamental. If they let's say they end up with the first pick in the draft, do you really think that Deion Sanders is going to allow Shador to go to the Jets?
I think that would be a good idea. It's better. I'd rather him go there than Dallas.
No.
Yes, because the Jets have a capable defense. That defense could easily be top 10. and you have a running game. All you need is you have a tight end. You don't have great receivers, but you can get one in free agency. All they need is a receiver over there, like a real killer.
Nah,
And the Jets is off and running.
They got a young killer over there. But see, the Jets, they a piss poor franchise. They don't know how to handle anything when it comes to development. Shador will be in a much better situation if he go to the Raiders. He got a young top
You said
pick.
the Raiders. He not going to the Raiders. He gonna go to Dallas or New York. I promise you that.
No,
Yes,
we're going to pick this, and when it happens, I'm just going to send you a text going, and it's going to look like this, right?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
No.
The Raiders have the very best young tight end in all of NFL.
Oh, they probably do, but he's not going there. He's not going. Shador's he's not going to make it to the Raiders. They're going to he's going to be the first or second pick in the draft.
But that's what I'm saying. The Raiders in line to having the first pick because they're 2-9.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders haven't won much. The Raiders is not going to win more than what they win. Like they may win another game. They may win another game. They're 2-9 right now.
I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders. I don't think Shador. I don't think he's going there. But
I think it's me personally, in my opinion, I think it's a better situation. You got a young tight end that's a killer. That's like his version of Travis Kelce, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they're going to anytime you have a quarterback like that, you're going to build the offensive line. The franchise is just a better franchise. They're going to build that franchise up. They got young pieces around, but they're going to build. They have a history of building that franchise up, unlike the Jets, the Giants.
I think the Jets got the pieces. They just. I think it's terrible coaching. I think terrible. I think they have the. I think the Jets have the pieces. They just didn't put it together right. That defense is amazing when they gelling. You know what I'm saying? And they have a good running game. They have a decent line. I think the Jets have the pieces also. I just think that they don't have the right coaching to put it all together.
And then again, like I say, it's about personality, right? Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks who are successful, their personalities match the energy of the city. Mm-hmm. When I say that, some people are like, nah, I'm like, yo, if you look at all successful quarterbacks, their personality match the city. You could go back and throughout history and see that, right? So, in my opinion, and then the Giants don't draft melanated quarterbacks. They don't do that. They're saying this. They're going to end up with somebody like Carson Beck, Quentin Ewers. That's their caliber of guy that they want, you know.
I agree with that.
You know, so with that being said, his personality is more Dallas, you know, Las Vegas. He does have a New York City. He can handle New York City, the New York City media, though. I honestly believe he can handle New York City media.
I think he's going to play well no matter where he go because he's mobile. Like the new quarterbacks today, you have to be mobile. Like especially like that quarterback in Washington or Chicago, you have to be able to run out that pocket. If you can't run out the pocket, you're not going to survive in the NFL today.
But that Washington quarterback, his personality matches the city. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, his personality matches. And people don't realize when you evaluate players like that, that's the difference. When somebody is not good here, but when they go over there, they go crazy. It's the same thing in basketball. Basketball, it's like you have to have the personality to match the city in order for you to do well. Like Ben Simmons, he was all right for Philly for a minute, but his personality is not of that. So he's going to struggle in Brooklyn. He's going to struggle anywhere until he gets to a really small city.
They did him an injustice though. In my opinion, though, they didn't treat him like an all-star they didn't treat him like an all-star. If you was an all-star at a position, that's like telling Brunson to come play small forward in New York. Like you respected the fact that he was a point guard. True. You understand? How you come to an organization as an all-star damn near triple double a night point guard, and then he put you as at power forward or small forward. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Where was the respect? Like, it's like you took him and said, "You lucky we took you play here." Like, he got blackballed, and I think he's never going to recover, because now it's like the
Yeah,
narrative. He's never going to recover. You know what I'm saying? But he's never going to play. It's like they refuse to put him where he's going to excel at. Like, he's a point. And I remember somebody saying when they first scouted him that he cannot be successful unless you put him in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let him play point guard. Give him a chance to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, I've always felt like it's an advantage for him to be the point guard, mainly
Mhm.
because of his size and speed. Because
Mhm.
you're not going to put a point guard on him. You're going to put a
Mhm.
long three or a long four who's quick, that could guard him. So now you basically snuck another guard on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Size and
And he used to guard all 5 positions.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, so that's what not to go off topic, y'all, but that's what we that the Jets should do with Aaron Rodgers. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Flights to Haiti are banned for the next 30 days due to the gunfire incident that they had last Monday. The Federal Aviation Administration has banned U.S. flights for the next 30 days. What do you think about that?
Rightfully so. When a plane that gets shot down, I mean, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on over there in Haiti. You heard the one about they shot up the ambulance trying to kill a gang. They did kill the gang leader in the ambulance. Shoot down ambulance, shooting down. Yeah,
I didn't hear about that. Wow.
it's just civil unrest over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, there was a plane that landed in Haiti, and they were shooting, and then one
spirit. Yeah.
it got to one of the passengers. So I
Mm-hmm.
doing this, that's a heavy liability, and I don't blame him. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
wild.
And that wasn't the only plane they shot and hit too. I think they hit a JetBlue plane too. Hit a JetBlue plane as well.
Wow, I didn't see. I didn't know that. I only seen, this.
Look it up. You can Google this. Yeah,
Yeah,
a JetBlue plane got hit as well.
yeah. So make sure y'all check that out. I'm gonna look that up myself because that is wild. That so
Mm-hmm.
um. The stuff that I
Mm-hmm.
are Haiti, even my friends who are Haitian, like and they used to go back home, every once in a while. They
Mm-hmm.
love their country, but it's so much civil unrest that it's like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lot going on. The politics and
Watch and please look up the politics there before people judge. People want to say they savages or whatever, but
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
trying to put presidents and all type of people there that they doing. It's a lot of crooked, corrupt stuff going on in Haiti too. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And we talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The spin or the chicken
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like the people are savages and the
Mm-hmm.
people are fighting for their rights. They fighting for what they
Mm-hmm.
believe. Man, that's
And a lot of those gangs is ex-law enforcement. Like, they was officers yesterday. You
I
know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
believe.
that guy barbecued all of they was officers yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really look into why this is going on, why people they're changing from being law enforcement to gang members. What's going on there? Like, there's a serious issue there that they.
Yeah,
But let them paint it. We stay savage. They're not savages. It's some real civil war unrest going on over there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's that in itself. See, and that's the thing. Like, I wish us as Americans
Mhm.
stand up more radically, not necessarily having to have civil wars, but when
Mhm.
something's not right, be like, you know what? If y'all going up on this, then we're not going to use that no more. How
Mhm.
about?
But we not aware like that. People not aware. Just like Venezuela. Look what's going on in Venezuela.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got people winning elect now. Hey, you want to really? No, I'm not going to go too far left,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you have the electoral college been tampered with.
yeah,
We seeing it here. Like, we're seeing all type of crazy stuff going on. It's been doing. If you paying attention to world news, this been going from country to. You think immigrants is running here? What are they running here for? If you go pay attention what's going on over there, you'd be like, oh snap, and it's coming over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
World domination.
Yeah.
World domination.
Yeah. It's wild, man. It's a wild time
Mm-hmm.
to be alive. I
Mm-hmm.
our next hot topic. This is crazy. A woman faked having a baby to save her relationship. So there's a new website called, fellas, y'all look it up. This is very real. There's a new website called fakeababy.com. So she was trying to save her relationship. So she ended up getting uh, a fake ultrasound, fake pregnancy test, and doctorate hospital records to prove the fact she was pregnant. That way she could save her relationship and get a new house, engagement ring, and car. What do you think about this whole situation?
I didn't know a baby could keep a relationship together.
I
People think they,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh man, we
I
would have been in child support. We would have been paid child support.
and you know
Oh
what?
man,
And that's
huh?
the finesse, right? She can't go to child support with this, right? But
Yeah.
try to work things out where she could finesse a car, or a whip. Well, I said a car, a whip, an engagement ring, and a home. It's like, yeah, we don't need to do all that. Just do this for me, and I'm gonna be straight.
I don't know. That sound crazy. She must have saw. She must have saw him coming. Cause ain't
So,
no dude gonna stay around just for that. Like if it's bad, it's bad. Like a baby ain't gonna keep a relationship together. Not these days.
but that's what I'm saying. Even if they don't stay together, right? Because they
Mm-hmm.
they said because of the baby dot fakeababy.com that they had other women trying doing it to other men. So even though they wouldn't stay with the woman, they want to make sure that their kids are straight, right? So, all right, I'm gonna help you get a car. I'm gonna help you get a place. And so they had different cases. She wasn't the only. I just spoke about her, but they have about four different
But
cases.
you know what's crazy about that? Eventually, the gig is up, though, isn't it?
To you gotta produce a baby,
After
right?
9 months, what you gonna say?
Yeah, right, right. You gotta produce
I'm
a baby.
sorry. Like you know what I'm saying? All you doing is buying time. Like I
Yeah,
don't know. That's crazy within itself. Sound like a
right.
scam. You gonna mess around and get killed that way. You mess with the wrong person.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You playing with somebody's life and you not
Hmm.
home. So I just thought it was crazy because this website actually exists. It's called fakeababy.com. Y'all can look it up. And it's
Oh,
and
it's bananas. This generation is crazy. I can't.
it the website is funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's hilarious because as soon as you go on the website, you see on it teasing like, yeah, we go get this bag. So it's like, so fellas, be aware, be on the lookout, y'all. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. P. Diddy is denied bail for the third time. What do you think about that?
I knew that was gonna happen. I was even arguing on my man 050's they was cursing me out. They say, but this one got away, that one got away. No, man, that is the Southern District. They specialize in high profile cases. If they put a case on you, they got a case.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also have Mayor Adams, the same, the
Yeah.
same, the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. Mhm.
When they got you, you're 97%.
It's cooked. It's it's cooked.
You're cooked.
Uh,
You know?
the reason why their percentage is so high, and I would tell well, my normal co-host, my brother Santana, shout out to Santana. Well, he know this as well, but when they in itself bring a case to you, they already proved their case.
Yes, they did.
Now they just go into the formalities of going to court. The only way that they would lose if somehow, some way that their evidence mysteriously disappears, or
Right.
like there's some sort of loose end that just like, yo, I thought we had this. It's always
Mhm.
clerical error, right? Clerical error.
Mhm.
But other circuits, they arrest you first and then try to present a case. That's completely
Mhm. That's what I'm
So
saying. The feds is totally different. When they indict you, they already have everything locked down. But what I'm trying to say, he has good lawyers though, because
yeah.
they're trying to discredit the feds themselves.
Mhm.
They're using social media to discredit the feds, which is a good job. They're doing a good job making people saying, "Oh, if you could do this, you could do that." But the evidence is the evidence. You know what I'm saying? I always go by the evidence. You have to remember this. He was already guilty when he gave up the cash the next day. He told on himself. I don't know who possessed him to make a public statement to pay Cassie the next day. You understand? Trying to say you already admitted guilt.
Mhm.
You're guilty. You understand what that?
Maybe the statement was guilty, but I never see settlements as a admission of guilt. I always see settlements as just doing business because
It's
you
civil, but you can use that as evidence towards a criminal case.
you can you
Yes, that's what happened to Bishop Lamont. Remember that fake minister dude? The same
yeah
thing happened to him. Yeah.
yeah yeah from Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying and I spoke about it on a previous show. When it comes
Right.
to us, right? When it comes
Mm-hmm.
because it never fails.
Mm-hmm.
A civil case is an admission of guilt when it comes to us. When we
Mm-hmm.
when we pay out for anything with our civil case, it's an admission
Mm-hmm.
of guilt. But when you dealing with the corporate of
Mm-hmm.
the other, it's not a mission of guilt. It's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason
Mm-hmm.
we're doing business is because they rather just pay the money out instead of paying the money out or paying their lawyers, paying your lawyers, and having to go through the whole court situation where they're actually going to end up paying more. So it's like, all right, you know what? Here's this little money and go the hell away. So it's just crazy how
Oh,
when
it is. Look
when
at Donald Trump. He just got. I mean, yeah. Look at Donald Trump.
but see, but going back to the Netflix thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about corporate, right? There's no
Mm-hmm.
figure that we could say, yo, this person right here is the head of this, and boom, 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 boom. But in our
Mm-hmm.
community, it's the individual. You know what I'm saying? Like P Diddy is P Diddy. He's the individual, right?
Right.
But his businesses are big, but they're not bigger than Diddy, if that makes sense. The
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the other side of the game, right? Their corporations is bigger than their name. So
Mm-hmm.
it seems like with the civil, when it comes to us, because when we get money, it's individual based.
Right. Case in point, Abercrombie and French. How they got bail, but he didn't get bail. But they ain't doing all the extracurricular activities that he's doing. Like even in jail, you getting caught with paraphernalia, you getting caught with phone calls. Like don't you know all phone calls is recorded, brother? It's
Yeah.
called what is it called again? I forgot the name of it. All jail phones are recorded. And for public record as well. They lucky they don't let those phone calls go and everybody be listening.
Well, they,
Like,
they released a few of those conversations, and prior they've been releasing
mhm,
a lot of Aaron Hernandez former conversations like online and TikTok and stuff.
mhm,
So that is for public consumption. Um,
IFCOM, that's what it's called. IFCOM.
if
They can, yes, they record every conversation in jail, every last one in prison, every last one, and it's public record, and you can buy it.
so, I
$5.
I'm not surprised that he was denied bail because of some of the points that you had made, but
Mm-hmm.
of the day, they're not gonna let him go. He's gonna keep trying, and I don't think they're gonna even let him get bail just to go home to figure it out and come back. I don't think they're gonna let him do
Look
that. So,
at the history, man. You got Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. They ain't go home either. Like
no,
you got caught up in that. You in that bracket, brother. It's a wrap. I don't care
yeah,
how much money you got. You ain't have more money than Bill Cosby. Did you have more money than Bill
no,
Cosby?
no,
I'm trying to say you ain't getting out of that, bro.
no.
You know, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm not. It's not for me to say. Like again, you have to be aware of what you're doing when you in the spotlight. Some people just, you know what I'm saying? Again, black men.
Hmm. Yeah,
Every choice you make come with a consequence.
that's a fact.
Every choice you make come with a consequence, man. Whether it's big or small, you're going to pay the price.
Hmm. Shout out to Shakira in the building. Appreciate you. Hit that like button.
Mhm.
We appreciate you tapping in. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. We just spoke about it. R.
Shit.
Kelly
Mhm.
speaking live from prison via TikTok. Uh,
Mhm.
and he was just speaking. He was on live
Mhm.
from, I guess, from his phone from prison.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and one of the things that he has said, because he went off about a lot of things, and he was on there for a minute too. Uh,
Mhm.
one of the things that stuck out, he said that he was proud of himself because that he learned how to hold his balance without falling off. And that was regarding music and in life. So I'm just going to speculate that he's saying that he's learned how to hold his balance without falling off, even though his current situation and being in jail and being where he was, that
Mhm.
mentally could take anybody out. But the fact that he feels like he's trying to fight whatever he's going through mentally, which leads me to believe for him making a statement on he's proud of himself for learning how to hold his balance without falling off. Because you alluded to music as well too. Him being able to continue to be successful for the amount of years that he was. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. And he felt like he never tried to climb the mountain. He felt like he was trying to learn how to hold his balance. And then if he stays consistent, then it will just take care of itself. But in his current situation, it's like a double tantra that he's in jail.
That's not good. Say he just talking because you finished. Your music has been pulled. Nobody cares. When you get out, you're gonna be rock bottom.
Yeah, it's gonna be over.
No, you ruined, brother. You ruined. You might rot in there. Like you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, it's good that you. I mean, I hear what you saying. Keep your head and all that, but nah, you finished, brother.
Yeah. I mean, it's so unfortunate because a lot of ours ends up like this. And
Yeah.
I honestly believe, see, crime is crime. This is what I believe. Crime is crime. And if somebody's
Mhm.
doing crime, okay, they have to do what they need to do. They have to pay the price, right? But have that shit be even, right? When you see R. Kelly and then you look at other artists or other people, you look at Bill Cosby. So all right, so I'm not gonna be around the bush. You look at R. Kelly, you look at Elvis, you look at Bill Cosby, you look at Hugh Hefner, you look at these guys and the consequences don't fit the things that they've done.
But let me ask you a question. Did they do it?
Which one do it? Who do it?
If they did it, it don't matter. Like at the end of the day, we
Right.
all know that if you all right, if you go into this, right?
Yeah.
Like this is I understand everything you're saying. But we all know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should be extra careful, right? Why
Mm-hmm.
would you go in it the same way as everyone else? If you know it's unfair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why would you go in it the same way as everybody? You gonna go in it the same? If you seen that happen to Bill Cosby, you seen that happen to R. Kelly, you seen that happen to they even happened to Michael Jackson. They ain't throw Michael Jackson in jail, but they crucified Michael
They did.
Jackson. What makes you think you special?
Yeah. You
Why
see.
would you go down the same road though? That's all I'm saying.
So you have a great point, right? And that's why I say crime is crime, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you did the crime, you do the time, right? But
Mm-hmm.
not even, right? And even though I would think they would know that, you would think that they would make better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Crime is crime. Then why you not getting the other brothers too? Why you not? Why you didn't him up Hugh Hefner? You
They wanted him. They wanted
made
him. But at the end of the day, you still did it though.
that
You can't say like I get it. We all life ain't fair though. You
fact.
know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna still play Russian roulette. Just you understand? Why did you still pick up the gun and go like this though?
Facts. That's a
You
fact.
ain't have to do that.
That's a
You
fact.
you acting like you innocent and this is happening. You out
Fact.
here doing the most.
Fact.
You
And
out here doing the most.
I don't want people to think that I'm trying to say that any of the people I'm talking about is innocent.
Mhm.
That's not what I'm trying to say. saying is that if there's crime, then make it even, right? There's no way somebody going to convince me that Hugh Hefner, being 70 or 80 years old, before he passed away, had nothing but teenage and 20-year-old women around him for all these years, that there's no bones buried, that there's no things that didn't happen. And the same thing with Vince McMahon. This is not even alleged no more. This is open knowledge on Vince McMahon's dealings, on how he move, and on the parties, and how he deal with women and treat
Matt
women.
Gates, that was just getting ready to be the attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
They not even releasing his allegations.
That's wild.
You understand? I get it, but we all know the world ain't fair.
Facts.
We all know that. So you got to be more on your. All right, that's like saying, we get caught incarcerated double the rate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not committing no crimes, but how you gonna try when you out here robbing houses?
Yeah,
they ain't get the white man robbing the house, but you still robbing houses, brother.
Right. Fact.
That's why he can't. You can't take that route with somebody doing that. That like you can't take that route.
Right.
You still robbing houses, bro.
But see, my opinion is not for him. He's right. So being that we understand that I'm not speaking it from an angle where they're saying, well, if they did it, then y'all should let me out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they did the time. I mean, they did the crime, then they should do the crime, right? But us as people, when we're looking at the situation, we should be the one saying, like, yo, if y'all grabbed him up, why y'all not grabbing him up? Where's the outcry for dude over here? And y'all been, he did his crime and he getting locked up, but the people should be saying, like, yo, that's wrong too. Where's the awareness for that? Because you got to remember, the reason why Bill Cosby got in trouble for real is that the comedian, this dude name, man, I can't think of his name, but he wears glasses, Hannibal Buress. Yeah, joke about the rape allegations from back with Bill Cosby, and then all of a sudden it became a shitstorm, right? So if you know that the others is doing work over there, where's more of the kick from us as the people when crime is crime? That's the point that I'm making.
I get you, but the world never was fair. You just gotta make sure you squeaky clean. That's all you can, you know what I'm saying? That's all you could do. You know what I'm saying? I can't say why this one, like we all robbing houses. Why they didn't get him and got me? I'm the one got caught. Because you unlucky. You the unlucky one. But that's what happens when you play. We all take the gun. Everybody why you didn't shoot yourself in the head and I did. The bullet was just in my gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. But you had that's not a game to even play, knowing that you have a higher incarceration rate to get. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like that. And again, we do the same. You think when you've arrived to a certain financial status that you here like everybody else, and you still not, brother. That's what I'll be trying to say. You not. That's when you gotta really guard your jewels. That's when you really gotta guard your stuff.
I told one of my boys this one time, and he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, money's not real.
No.
Like, you because you in a certain position. I said, no. I'm saying that because money is real. Money makes you more of the person that you already are, right? But if you wake up tomorrow with $1 million and you never had $1 million, right? $1 million on Monday, and then come Friday, you're back to having no money. Changed. You just bought a whole lot of stuff, but what has really changed? Nothing. Money.
Most of the time, that's what's going to happen anyway, because you don't know what to do with that.
You see what I'm saying? So, but money is a tool. You use money for the right tool, and if you miss it, guess what? That tool is not going to work. You're trying to fix the sink, so that tool, you need the right tool to fix the right portion of the sink. So if you do the right one, guess what? You're gonna lose your tools.
I agree with that.
it's not real. It's a tool.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, bro, da da da. I said, trust me, it's
Mm-hmm.
not real, bro. But at the end of the day, when you look at the situation, I'm not really like surprised on all of this because for years I've seen, our we just seen it throughout history. OJ,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson. Regardless if they was innocent or whatever the case may be, the new thing is like, no, you got a hit on you, Kobe Bryant. It's just on and on and on, right? So we have to be in a space where we have to move wise, and we have to try to be squeaky clean. Try
But I
to.
think people would have felt more sorry for him if they didn't see him beat that girl behind like that. Like he beat that girl up on camera. Like that was bad. That really hurt his career to the fullest. When people actually seen that Cassie footage, there's no way you could talk your way. We didn't look at Dancing Puffy the same. We didn't.
That's true. That's true.
That damaged his image, his career. Like now, all the stories that people were saying.
Now it's
Yo, look how much life he brought to people like Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright and people like that. He brought life to them just because they was telling these farce stories. And
yeah,
now when you see it on camera, now you believe everything they
yeah,
say. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Very true. Very true. Very true. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. College football Ash picks is in. College football Ash picks is in. I pick 5 games for college football every week for y'all to pick. And we went 3-2 this week. My bad, y'all, but 3-2 still win some money. All right. But this week in college football and in football in general, it was like massacre week because the teams that we thought was gonna win got smoked. All right, so
Mhm.
Ash pick, I picked number 14 BYU. I'm sorry. For the first Ash pick, we had number 14 BYU versus 21 Arizona State. I picked Arizona State. Arizona State won. Second,
Mhm.
number 5 Indiana played number 2 Ohio State. I picked Ohio State. Ohio
Mhm.
State.
Mhm.
Number 18 Army played number 6 Notre Dame. I picked Notre Dame. Notre Dame won. Uh, Number 24 Illinois played unranked Rutgers. I thought Rutgers was going to pull off the upset. They lost by a touchdown. Rutgers.
Mhm.
Also, number 16 Colorado played Kansas, unranked Kansas.
Mhm.
Lost.
That running back went crazy on them.
Went went crazy. He went
4 touchdowns.
crazy
4. Yeah.
and had damn near like 300
I
yards.
was happy for him because he's from that town.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was great. I felt
He is
yeah.
from,
He's from Kansas. He's
well,
from Kansas. Yeah.
so he's from Lawrence, Kansas. So
Yeah.
what? Yeah, he's from Kansas, but they played in KC.
Mm-hmm.
They,
I heard he was a local player there. That's what I heard. But
yeah, no,
if that's true,
he's a
yeah.
local player with Kansas, but a
Yeah.
lot of people think that Kansas City, where Kansas City played, they think it's in the same state as Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
They
Oh
played.
no, I thought he was a local player. They said he was a local. I just went by what they said. I don't know where he's from for real. I
No,
thought he was a local player from there. I was like, that's dope when you from there and have the game in your life.
yeah, no, no.
That was my point.
He's from
Yeah.
Kansas, but not Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Kansas City, where Kansas
Mm-hmm.
plays, they in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So that Kansas is the Kansas State. He's from Kansas State, the state of Kansas.
Okay. Okay.
But he
Okay.
crazy though. He went
He
crazy.
went bananas. I never seen that. That was a great performance. I
Yeah,
watched the game. But I was happy for the kid when I heard he was a local. I was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I was rooting for the kid after that. You know.
Honestly, I think from that game, he made himself into an NFL prospect. Like,
Yeah.
I
Tough.
don't I don't see how an NFL team will go through the draft and none of the teams draft this kid. He had a hell of a game. Colorado has a good defense, but he didn't make them look very suspect.
And
They
what's up with these refs allowing these hits on Sanders, man? That's crazy. Like,
yeah,
something has to be addressed because that boy not gonna make it to the NFL. They keep letting him get hit like that.
yeah. The one hit that was so egregious,
Mm-hmm.
honestly believe that
Mm-hmm.
kid on the other team did that on purpose. It was a play
Mm-hmm.
where he broke the pocket, and the kid didn't even try to jump and block the pass. He went straight for his knee, his ankle, anything low. And
We played football. We was on hit. The coaches put hit on players all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
We played football, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So he had about 3 hits that was egregious that the refs never called, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of hits to the receivers that they never called. But Kansas scored on every single drive.
Yes, they did, and they ran all over them. Yeah, you could not stop the run, and you can't stop the run. That's a bad day for you.
Yeah, yeah. And so at the end of the day, and that's a good Colorado defense, but they didn't tackle well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tackle, you're not going to win. I don't care how many points,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to win. They still tried. I give them credit for trying, but they took themselves out of they're not completely out, but they was in line to win in that conference. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody else has to lose for them to even get a chance to play in a conference championship. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They still play better than last year, so they be all right.
yeah, yeah. I'm rooting for them because my team is Michigan, but I
Yeah,
always
this is good.
have a second team that I rooted for. Like growing up for basketball, even though my team is Michigan, I always rooted for Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
Always, because John Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
like that's like the America's you know,
Mm-hmm.
culture
Yeah.
team. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So Colorado has become, a team. You know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
culture worldwide. You know what I mean? Even though we have
Mm-hmm.
teams or whatever. So I'm still rooting for them. But the picks went 3-2. For those of y'all still could have made some money. Just had to pick the right three. And this
Mm-hmm.
is I'll have new college picks for the next episode for Ash picks for next episode. All right, moving on to our next segment, Keep the Lie Live segment. This segment for this episode is and it's so funny that you had mentioned it. See, and again, we don't share the notes, right? But it's funny how the show just shapes.
Mm-hmm.
The lie for this episode is learning from your mistakes.
Mm. Wow.
I can't make this up.
That's God speaking right there.
Learning from your mistakes is so vital
Mm-hmm.
that we have like this thing as people. Just I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing, but I find a lot of people that move without intention, and then when mistakes are being made, they continue to make the same mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So when we peel back this thing, right? For me myself personally, I don't know, maybe because my upbringing wasn't the easiest, but I learned if I have things in order,
Mm-hmm.
I could progress in anything that I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make a mistake within my order,
Mm-hmm.
I say, okay, I made a mistake here, but everything that worked, I'm gonna keep doing everything that worked and not the mistake that I made, right?
Right.
And build on that continuously. But I find
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people in today's culture, whether it's social media, whether it's personal, whether it's somebody that I know in entertainment, they continuously make the same mistake without learning from their continuous same mistake. And it becomes
Mm-hmm.
a cycle and people lose years.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the mistake in the moment, but they lose years
Mm-hmm.
from that understanding that will help them to propel. Like I have a friend. I'm not trying to speak down on him, so I'm not going to mention his name. But
Mm-hmm.
I give him sound advice on things that he needs to do to be in the music industry.
Right.
Step by step. This is what
Right.
you this is what you need to do. This is where you're at. This is what you need to do.
Right.
And every single time would pass. He did not complete any steps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, more time has passed, and
Mm-hmm.
as you're getting older, other things become more a priority.
Mm-hmm.
So if these things are coming a priority, and you're not doing the steps that's going to allow you to be successful, at least to even get to the plate, then you're making the same mistake and it's costing years. So now when you finally arrive, you're not going to ever arrive, because now when you feel like you're ready, the other things that you put root to is going to fall at the wayside now.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Mm-hmm.
a mistake. What do you think about what I just said about people learning or not
You
learning from?
you ever saw that Tom Cruise movie, End of Tomorrow?
Yes.
And he kept reliving the same day over and over. And that's what happens to people. Like God will put you in a situation where you will never go to the next level until you learn the mistakes you made from this level. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you're going to keep going through the same thing over and over, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your lack of discipline, whether it's, you're going to keep going through the same mistake over and over again till you get it.
Bro,
That's
that's
mm-hmm,
the perfect analogy for that.
mm-hmm,
Oh my
mm-hmm.
God.
And what's funny, it was so simple. If you watch the movie, he made a simple mistake and kept reliving the same day till he figured that one mistake. And
And
that's how it be. That's
so
how it be. Mm-hmm.
perfect. That was perfect. Oh my God. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even for myself, right? Any relationship that I was ever in,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm dealing with the current person, even if me and my exes didn't end off well, I'm still grateful for them. Most
Mm-hmm.
men or most people won't speak like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still grateful for them is because I learned something from them.
That's right.
Something about myself,
Mm-hmm.
certain moments that I
Mm-hmm.
need to make different decisions. So if I want this to work.
It was meant to happen. Like if I'm asking God for courage, you think He's just gonna put the courage inside of you? He's gonna put you in a situation that you the most fearful and have to overwhelm. You have to get past it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So everything that was put in your life was put there to make you the person you are today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe that there's no mistakes. I believe that things that happen to you happen to make you the man you are today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I always say this, right, about my parents. I say my mom raised me to be the man that she wants to be with. Not that
Mm-hmm.
I want to get with me. She raised me to be the man that she
Mm-hmm.
wants to be with if we was the same age, if that makes sense. Not
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fantasizing about me. My dad raised me to be the man that he wanted to be. Not
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all from their own personal mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My mother had my oldest brother when she was 15 in high school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not something she wanted me to do, but I
Mm-hmm.
having a child early, but she
Mm-hmm.
wanted me to be better. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Mm-hmm.
my child, you get what I'm saying? But
You had an advanced life though, because you was able to see the pain from one side. You was able to see two different perspectives of you was able to see the emotional side of a breakup or whatever. You was able to see, you know what I'm saying? Because they
yeah,
using both of their life, you was able to see two different perspectives.
yeah,
And a lot of people say trauma at first, but that's only because you took on a lot of the emotions of one side. Like whoever we stay with, like say my mom and dad broke up and I'm with my mom. Of course, I'm sitting there watching her cry and all this stuff. The
yeah,
trauma of me taking on the emotional stuff.
yeah.
You know, now I'm the one that stabilizes the emotion in the house, not him. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So you
right.
get a certain anger there, but at the same time, when you speak to both sides, you have a whole different.
Yes, yes,
You're actually more intelligent because you know where this goes and that goes. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes. And it's so funny that you say that because it was exactly like that. I lived with
Mm-hmm.
my mom, then I lived with my dad. So my
Mm-hmm.
perspective went from radically from my mom,
Mm-hmm.
seeing my dad's side of the things, and it made it a balance.
Mm-hmm.
And so with my dad, it was like, yo, I
Mm-hmm.
raise you to be the man that I am. I want you,
Mm-hmm.
a different type of man. You know what I mean? Like that was more like best friends than father and son. We all
Mm-hmm.
cats and dogs, but that was my guy. But
He was a great guy. He saved my life, man, because I was going through that same thing he went through at a young age, and I talked to him at the right time. You
Mhm.
understand? He kind of guided my path. The rest of watching, I looked up to him a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I miss him still to this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Real deal. Holy shit.
But I've learned the different perspectives and the
Mm-hmm.
mistakes and their fears from their mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and they poured it
Mm-hmm.
into
Mm-hmm.
as much as anything that I've received from both is their fears. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so but it was mistake driven.
Mm-hmm.
Don't learn from their mistakes. I was blessed for the fact that
Mm-hmm.
my parents made mistakes that they was able to learn from, and then they poured it into me for me to even be aware of mistakes.
Mm-hmm. It's
So that
called wisdom, brother. The difference between wisdom and experience, I ain't got to go through it. I've seen it.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
people, and that be, yo, now let's bring it home, right?
yeah,
People making the same mistakes. Some people can't, they don't have wisdom where they can see the path. They have to actually go through it time and time again, which is an experience. Sometimes you don't like, and the bad thing about experience, you always take a hit when you take that route. The wisdom, right? If you're smart enough to see it and not go down that path, that's why your parents tell you certain things and you don't listen. You still want to go down that road. You still going to take a hit for going down that road. Just understand that.
yeah,
Instead, you might not make it out of there. That's why we protect our children. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that you trying to do it yourself, you might end up like a Puffy or R. Kelly. You might not make it like out of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I preach to people. Like, we don't get the luxury to say we're gonna make it out of certain situations. You have to be smarter than that. Like, you have to understand, we have to have wisdom as far as seeing somebody else messed up doing that. I'm not gonna do that because I seen what happened when he did that.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
do we always have to repeat, even with gang culture, these stupid drug dealers doing the same? Why do we have to keep doing with the, he didn't make it? What makes you think you gonna make it?
Right, right. You're right. Right. Facts. Facts. So I mean, at the at the end of the day, for this episode, learn from your mistakes, people. Is vital. Is vital. It is really, literally, the difference between life and death. The
That's
older you get, the more your circle starts to evaporate. It gets smaller, and less people care. Only thing people care about is if you can do the job, whatever that it is. If you can't, you don't eat. So it's vital. And that's the keep the lie alive for this episode, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is such a dope episode. I'm glad y'all tuned the Sunday episode. I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show: Bravo Section, Button Snaps, OUV. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild. Again, I want to thank my guest co-host for tapping in, for tuning in, for pulling up on me, man. Like, he really, his perspective, his energy, his wisdom is second to none, man. And I appreciate you. I love you, my brother. Pause.
always.
You know
We
what I mean?
got good chemistry, so it's always gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? We always
That,
had good chemistry.
that's a fact. Please, please let the people know where they can find me, bro.
Jokey ENT on Instagram, or you can follow me, Keith Griffin, on Facebook. Either way, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully I made Busta's album coming out on the 29th. Please cross your fingers.
That's fine. But I know it's got to be one of the hardest songs on the album. That productive.
It's supposed to be with him and Simba on it, but he said he was going to use it, but I haven't heard from him since, so we're going to see.
All
We're
right.
gonna see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see because, like I said, my brother is one of the best producers in the game, man. Look him up, check out his titles. This man still pumps out some of the best production you will hear around, y'all. Trust me. All right. I'm also don't forget, y'all. Still working on my EP and my album. And guess who got production on my album?
Ah. Yes, sir. I
That's
gotta give you a new folder too.
that's real. So again, y'all. Don't forget to tap into the Overstand podcast. Why understand when you go overstand every Monday at 9:30. I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap into the membership portion of the page, get your badges, different memberships, different access, y'all. Again, I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for continuously supporting the show, staying on YouTube, going to TikTok, Instagram, hitting that like button, commenting. Damn, y'all, for real. It means the world to me. And we'll see y'all next Thursday at 10:30. Again, we're on every Sunday, every Thursday at 10:30 for the Cannon Brothers Get a Rap podcast. Y'all already know it's love, and we out of here.